folks, how are you doing? I hope you're all having a brilliant day so far. So a very, very warm welcome back. Or if you're new, a very warm welcome to you also. And I'm glad you stopped by and it's lovely to see you. So this was the wee recipe that I was telling you about. I was on Facebook the other day and this came up on my feed and I thought it looked so snazzy. It's basically a garlic bread bowl, and it's filled with mac and cheese and bacon, and I just thought it looked absolutely amazing. So I thought it might be quite tricky because a lot of the time, you know, these things look quite easy, but when you go to do them you think, not as easy as I thought. But it was actually easier than I thought, and there's a couple of things that I would have done differently, and I'll talk about that when we get there to make it easier if you're going to give it a go. So yeah. So this is what I'm using today if you want to follow along with me. First of all, I've got 3 cloves of crushed garlic. I've got 1 tablespoon of parsley. Now I'm just using dried parsley, but feel free to use fresh if you have it. It'll probably be a lot nicer actually. 200 grams of grated cheddar cheese. Again, you can use whatever cheese you like, just as long as it's nice and melty. I'm using 1 medium unsliced farmhouse loaf. Now this one's about 400 grams, so this is going to serve 2 people. If you need it for more people, just double up on the recipe. I'm using 200 grams of dried macaroni. Again, you can use whatever pasta you like. I've got 300 ml of double or heavy cream. I've got 60 grams of butter, and I've got 3 rashers of unsmoked back bacon. Now, I usually use smoked bacon, but because this is quite salty, you know, with the cheese and such, I just decided to use unsmoked. So that's it. So let's move on. Like I say, this is the wee loaf that I've got, and this is a 400 gram loaf. You know, it's quite a small loaf, but it's more than enough for 2 people, and I just got this from a local baker. Just make sure your loaf is unsliced. And this is my bacon, and these are the size of the pieces that I've decided to use. So first thing you want to do is go over to your cooker and get your water on for your pasta, and then you're going to start frying your bacon. So just put this in a medium heat. We like our bacon quite crispy, so I'm going to give this a good go. So pop your bacon in. And just give it a good stir around. So I gave this quite a few minutes because we do like it quite crispy, especially as it's gone into a sauce, you know. I just think the texture works better if it's, you know, well done. So once you're happy, just lift out your oil and set it to the side for the time being. And you can just get rid of the oil that's in your pan because we're going to use this pan again. No point in using a different one because your pan's going to be infused with that lovely bacon flavour as well. So then you've got your nice clean pan again. And now would be a good time to pop your pasta in. And now we're going to make our cheese sauce. Now this is a very simple one. I normally use flour and, you know, and butter, but this is basically just cream and cheese, and it's so silky. So that's 300 ml of double or heavy cream, and then 200 grams of grated cheddar. Like I say, you can use whatever cheese you like. Mozzarella would have been, you know, really nice in this, maybe half and half. You just want to give this a good stir on a low to medium heat, just until your cheese is melted and it's nice and smooth, just like this. Then you want to pop in half of your bacon, keep half back, because we're going to, you know, put that over at the end. So just use half for the time being. Give it a wee stir in. So that's your sauce done, so you can just put that to the side and then quickly heat it up at the end. And now we're going to move on to the bread bowls now. It wasn't as easy as I thought, but then it wasn't as hard as I thought either. I would definitely have done it differently, you know, if I was doing it again. So you're basically looking for 2 boxes of bread out of this loaf, so you're going to need to get rid of your crusts. So first thing the recipe asks you to do is slice your bread in half, just like this. Just try and make them equal, you know, so that you're getting 2 that are roughly the same size. And then you want to cut off the ends of your bread, or the heel. What do you call it? We used to call it the heel. My mother used to call it the outsider, or outsider. But any of these crusts that you're cutting off, guys, you know, you don't have to throw them out because you can reuse them. You can make them into breadcrumbs or make fantastic croutons for soup. So once you're at this stage, you just want to cut out the crusts from each of your sides. So like I say, you're just looking for a square of bread, or a cube of bread basically, or you should have two. Just like this. And now you're going to need to make a wee cavity in the middle, you know, to put your macaroni cheese into. So I just got a smaller knife and carefully went round in a square. You don't want to go all the way through because you're trying to create a wee sort of a bowl or a basket. And this bit was actually quite easy. Just tidy them up, make them nice and square looking. Like I say, you don't want to go all the way through to the bottom. If you can help it. So just do that for both. And they should be looking something like this. I was actually quite chuffed with these. And do you know what? They were absolutely delicious. See if you like garlic bread and macaroni cheese. This is delicious. So melt your butter. We're going to make our garlic butter now. Just pop it into the microwave for 30 seconds. To that you want to add your parsley. And then your chopped garlic. Just give that a wee mix round. I'm using a wee pastry brush. Actually worked out ideal. And then you just want to carefully brush this onto each of the sides of your cubes. And do your sides and then do your top. And then a wee bit on the inside. Just so that when you put it into the oven, you know, it's going to get even crunchiness all the way around. And once you put your butter on, you're just going to put these into your oven on a sort of medium temperature, probably for about 10 minutes. You just want to sort of crisp these up because it's just garlic bread at the end of the day. But you don't want your temperature to be too high because obviously you don't want burnt toast. It'd have been fab if you could have got these under the grill. That'd have been ideal, but because they're quite tall, so I just put them in the oven. So pop them onto your baking tray or an oven sheet. Like I said, probably about 10 minutes on a medium heat, but you'll be able to tell, you know, yourself once they're ready. If they're sort of crispy to the touch, just like garlic bread. So while you're waiting on them being ready, you can go and drain your pasta because this will be tender by now. And then you want to add half of your sauce. Keep half of it back because you're going to pour that on at the end along with your remaining bacon. This was so naughty. Not for you if you're trying to lose a bit of weight. Which I should be, but I just can't resist things like this. So that's my wee bread bowls ready now. They're nice and crispy. So all you have to do is assemble. So it's just me and the other half that was having this. So this will do 2 people really well. So you just want to fill up your bowls with your macaroni cheese as much as you like. The other half of your cheese sauce over the top. I've added a wee bit of smoked paprika and the rest of that crispy bacon. And you can serve this with salad or, you know, greens or peas or whatever you like. But this was actually plenty. It's so filling. And it was absolutely delicious. It was definitely a bit faffy, but you know, it was so tasty. This is going to be my sin for the week. It'll be salad for the rest of the week, I think. And this is it inside. And that bread is wonderful and fluffy in the inside. I'm just going to give it a wee try. I couldn't wait. And I wish you could see my face at this point. I think my eyes actually rolled into the back of my head. Oh, so it's so nice. So give it a go, guys, and if you're going to give it a go, let me know, or if you end up doing it, let me know how it went. It's definitely worthwhile just taking a wee bit of time getting your bread balls right, because that is really the only tricky bit. You know, it actually looks quite cool on the plate as well, something a wee bit different. So that was it. So like I said, I hope you've all had a brilliant day. It's a lovely sunny day here on the west coast of Scotland. The sun is splitting the trees and all the wee kids are out playing